Happy holidays, y'all. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving and you're looking forward to Christmas coming up soon if you do celebrate it. And lucky for you, not only can you get excited about the gifts you'll be getting on Christmas, but you can also be excited about all the free money that the credit card lenders will be giving you this month with the welcome offers we're talking about today. We'll be covering the 7 highest limited time credit card welcome offers going into December of 2022 that'll benefit beginners and credit card veterans alike. Of course, I have to start with the disclaimer that I am going to only be giving a very brief review on each one of these credit cards to talk about today, so please make sure to do your own research on these cards and the welcome bonuses before you apply because they might have changed if you're watching this at a later date. But on that note, if you are interested in learning more about any of the credit cards that we talk about today, please click the link in my descriptions to do so to help support the channel and learn more about these credit cards. And also, if you don't see them linked down below, go ahead and check my About page where I've added some additional links as well. Now, before you skip through all the different business credit cards that we talk about today, like I know you're about to do, you most likely can be approved for these business credit cards, so let me tell you how you can do so. Contrary to popular belief, you do not need an official business like an LLC or something like that to get approved for business credit cards. Even if you just mow lawns or sell sneakers or do anything outside of your normal 9-to-5 job to bring in an income, you can apply for business credit cards as a sole proprietor. And to do so, the application is super simple. All you have to do is fill out the application like you normally would for a personal credit card. So you will be applying with your social security number and don't need any kind of business tax ID or anything like that. All you'll really need on the business side of things is your expected annual revenue and your expected monthly expenses. With that being said, let's go ahead and get started with my 2 favorite credit card welcome offers on the entire credit card market right now. Those being Chase's 2 no annual fee Inc. business cards, and we're going to start with the Chase Inc. Cash Card. This card is currently coming at you with a 90,000 welcome point offer, which is the highest it's ever had. And to get that welcome offer, you'll have to spend $6,000 in the first 3 months. And while yes, that spending limit is sort of high, the normal welcome offer that comes on these cards is 75,000 Chase points after spending $7,500 on these cards in 3 months. So they increase the amount of points you can get and decrease the amount of spend you have to do to get them. So now's the time to jump on these if you haven't already. Another awesome thing about these Chase Inc. credit cards is that all the points that they do earn are Chase's Ultimate Rewards points, so they can be combined across all of your personal and business Chase UR point earning cards. So that means that in combination with either a Chase Sapphire branded credit card or the Chase Inc. preferred card, you can get a lot more value for your points than just the base minimum 1 cent per point that most people are used to. However, if you did just want to get 1 cent per point in cashback form, you would get $900 from this welcome offer. But if you use one of those other credit cards I just mentioned, you can transfer all of your points out to travel partners with those cards. And in doing so, you can get 2, 5, 10 cents per point in value. But we're going to conservatively estimate all of our Chase points at 2 cents per point. So you can get roughly $1,800 worth of value in free travel from this welcome bonus. When redeeming for cashback, you'll get a 15% return on spend, but when redeeming with transfer partners, you'll get a 30% return on spend. This card does have some nice 5x earning categories that you're not going to really be able to get on most other credit cards out there, especially personal credit cards. And of course, all this is going to come to you with no annual fee like I mentioned before. Now, with all of that being covered, let's move over to this card's brother, the Chase Inc. Unlimited. So this card is coming with the exact same welcome offer of 90,000 points after spending $6,000 in the first 3 months of having it. So on top of the welcome offer you got on the Chase Inc. Cash, you can add an additional $900 worth of cash back or $1,800 worth of free travel to your wallet. This card is a much simpler card that will just get you 1.5x back on every business purchase. And a lot of people are going to opt to get the Amex Blue Business Plus instead of this credit card because it will give you 2x Amex membership rewards points back on every business purchase. But I would argue that you should still get this credit card because the welcome bonus that comes on it right now is worth it alone. So if you did get the Chase Inc. Cash and the Chase Inc. Unlimited, that would give you 180,000 Chase Ultimate Rewards points, which could be redeemed for at least $3,600 worth of free travel, all from cards with no annual fees. Also, I should mention that a lot of lenders are starting to cut their welcome bonuses right now. So going into 2023, I'm pretty worried that these offers won't last very long at all. And speaking of limited time offers, and I mean extremely limited time offers, let's talk about the next card, the Chase Sapphire Reserve. This card is one of Chase's Sapphire branded cards that I was talking about earlier, and this card is generally the last one that you will add as part of your personal Chase trifecta. This card also has a brother in the Chase Sapphire Preferred that only has a $95 annual fee compared to the $550 annual fee that comes on the Chase Sapphire Reserve. But with that higher annual fee, of course, there are going to be a lot more credits and benefits that come on this card compared to the Chase Sapphire Preferred. The welcome bonus on this card right now is to earn 80,000 Chase Ultimate Rewards points after spending $4,000 in the first 3 months of having it. At 1 cent per point with cashback, you're going to get $800 worth of value, and at 2 cents per point with travel partners, you're going to get $1,600 worth of value. In redeeming for cashback, you'll get a 20% return on spend, and with travel partners, you'll get a 40% return on spend. Like I said a second ago, this card comes with a $550 annual fee, but it does have a good amount of credits and benefits to offset that. The most notable one being the $300 travel credit that comes on this card. And from what I've heard, a lot of things are going to count towards this travel credit, which makes it really easy to use, but this card also is going to come with cool stuff like lounge access and more. Also, when using this card to book travel through Chase's Ultimate Rewards portal or using their Pay Yourself Back feature, you'll get 50% more value from all of your points that are on this card. So this is actually a really nice perk that makes it stand out from other luxury travel credit cards, because if you do travel a lot domestically and in economy, booking through the travel portal can be the most cost-efficient option, especially when you have a 50% boost on all of your points. Also, this card usually only comes with a welcome offer of about 50,000 Chase Ultimate Rewards points, so obviously 80,000 points is a big step up from that, and considering that this card offer does expire in 3 days of me recording this, I would definitely hop on this offer as soon as you can after watching this video if it's one that interests you. If you aren't quite ready for a luxury travel card but still want a really high welcome offer, actually the same exact welcome offer that we just talked about, then look no further than the Citi Premier card. This card is also coming with a limited time 80,000 Citi thank you point welcome offer after spending $4,000 in the first 3 months of having it. I'm honestly not sure how long this offer will last because it's been limited time for about 4 months now, so I wouldn't be shocked if this offer did actually end soon. The points guy values Citi's points at about 1.8 cents per point when using them for travel, and if you did that with these 80,000 points, you would get $1,440 worth of free travel, or if you redeem them for cash back at 1 cent per point, you'd get $800. When using the points for travel, you'll get a 36% return on spend, and when using them for cash back, you'll get a 20% return on spend. This card also comes with an annual fee, but it's a much more manageable one at just $95. The reason I say it's so manageable is because this card comes with one main credit that is very well known, where you'll get $100 back after spending $500 on a hotel booking with Citi. So that means that this card is effectively going to pay you $5 a year for just booking one hotel trip on this card every single year. And obviously that doesn't take into account all the different 3x categories that come on this card, so you can definitely be in the green every single year on this card very easily if you just take advantage of the credits and the earning rates that come on it. Also, in my opinion, this is one of the hottest cards of 2022, so like I said earlier, I would jump on this offer while it is still available. And if you do get approved for any of the credit cards that we are talking about here today, you're going to want a luxury but still very affordable wallet to hold all these new credit cards in, and luckily I do have some personal recommendations for you here today. Ekster's wallets are some of my favorite wallets that I've ever owned, mainly because they are so thin, minimal, but also eye-catching at the same time. The way that the wallet fans your cards out is super intriguing to me, especially because these wallets can hold up to 12 or more credit cards in them. Not only do they have these really cool metal wallet designs that you've probably seen around before, but they do also have a more traditional bifold with this cool little feature that they've added to it that makes it more modular, and you can take your cards off in this little pouch, which I think is pretty cool. They also have their Parliament collection, which looks a little bit more classic in my opinion, but they have a ton of other wallet designs and other cool accessories as well on their website. They are currently at the very end of their Black Friday sale, heading into Cyber Week, and during this time, you can get up to 40% off of their products site-wide. But in addition to that, if you use my code Spencer Johnson or use the link down in my description, you can tack on an additional 5% off of all their products. But don't worry, even if you do miss out on these sales going on right now, they do have a Christmas sale going up until Christmas Day, where you'll be able to get up to 35% off of their products site-wide and still add on that additional 5% with my code. I really can't recommend all of their different wallet designs enough, but it's time to get back to the bonuses. You may have thought that all the bonuses from here on out are going to go down in value, but actually it's quite the contrary. Next is the card with the highest welcome offer value that we'll be talking about today. And what is that card, you may ask? That card's going to be the Amex Business Platinum card. Right now, this card has a public welcome offer of 120,000 Amex membership rewards points. At least that's what I found through the links in my about page. And to get this welcome offer, you're going to have to spend $15,000 in the first 3 months, which is a lot of money. The value you can get from your Amex points is going to vary, but my word of wisdom here is to never use your Amex points for cash back. That is, of course, unless you have the Charles Schwab version of the Amex Platinum card, but assuming that you don't have that credit card right now, the maximum that you can get for cash back with Amex's points is 0.6 cents per point, which is not great. So my recommendation is going to be the same as my Chase credit cards, and that's going to be to transfer all of your points out to travel partners. In doing so, you can get 2 cents per point at least in value from these points once again. So with that valuation for this welcome bonus, you can get $2,400 worth of free travel. And while that only gives you a 6.5% return on spend with that $15,000 you had to do to get that, if you think about it, you're still getting 6.25% back on all of your purchases for that $15,000 worth of spend, which is not bad. And that's not even to mention all of the earning categories that come on this card. Since this is a luxury travel business credit card, it's going to come with an annual fee to match that at $695. However, there are so many different credits and benefits that come on this card to help offset that every single year, but I wouldn't assume that you can get value from all those, so make sure you do your own calculations before applying for this one. Also, the credits that come on this card are different from the personal counterpart that this card has, and it'll give you credits to stuff like Dell or Adobe or your wireless provider and stuff like that. So before you write this card off, you might want to take a closer look at those credits to see if you actually could get value from them. Oh, and also don't forget that right now this card's public welcome offer is a lot higher than its personal counterpart, because the personal Amex Platinum card is only offering 80,000 points now, since Amex did just slash that a little bit. So assuming that this card does follow suit at some point, now may be the time to apply for it. Now that you've stuck around for a while, I imagine you might be looking for a little bit easier welcome offers to hit right now. So let's talk about a few beginner credit cards that are coming with some pretty awesome welcome bonuses. The first one I gotta mention is the Citi Custom Custom Cash. This card hasn't made an appearance in these videos in quite a while, but it's still coming with a pretty great welcome offer. That of course being a sign-up bonus of 20,000 Citi thank you points after spending $1,500 on the card within the first 6 months. At a redemption rate of 1.8 cents per point when using these points for travel, that'll give you $360 worth of value from this welcome offer. But do keep in mind that in order to transfer these points out to travel partners, you're going to need the Citi Premier card. So at this point, you might as well get both of those while they have elevated welcome offers. But if you don't want to transfer them out to travel partners, you can get 1 cent per point in value in cashback, giving you $200. With travel partners, you'll get a 24% return on spend, and for cashback, you'll get a 13.33% return on spend. This card does come with no annual fee, of course, and it's a card that I use in my personal wallet as a very flexible card that will guarantee me 5x back in my category of choice. And the way it does that is by getting 5% back on your top eligible spend category every single month, up to $500 worth of spend. And like I mentioned earlier, all the points that you earn on this card can be transferred over to the Citi Premier card once you have that one as well. And you can get some upsized value from that 5x, effectively giving you closer to 10x in value every single time you use this card. Now I want to talk about a card that I've actually never mentioned before on this channel, but it is a really solid cashback credit card, that being the US Bank Altitude Go card. Right now, this card will get you $200 given to you in the form of 20,000 points when you spend $1,000 in your first 90 days of having it. The points you earn on this card are only going to be redeemable for cashback, so you can get 1 cent per point in value from these points, giving you a final value of $200 with this welcome bonus. However, that's still going to give you a 20% return on spend for the amount of spend you had to do to hit this welcome bonus. I've never personally tried to apply for a US Bank card myself before, but I've heard it can be kind of difficult to get approved for them without having a pre-existing relationship, or especially if you don't have a good credit score. So keep that in mind before you do apply for this card. But another reason I did want to mention it here today is because it does give you 4x back on all of your dining purchases. Plus it comes with some other 2x categories, so if you're on Team Cashback, this is one of the most popular cards that you've probably heard of before, and I thought I should give it some love because it's a really solid card, to be honest. Now, of course, we have to talk about the age-old combo of 2 beginner credit cards that I've mentioned in every single one of these videos, I'm pretty sure. That being the Chase Freedom Flex and the Chase Freedom Unlimited credit cards. If you apply for either of these cards right now, you're going to get 20,000 Chase Ultimate Rewards points and 5% back on groceries for the first year of having this card, up to $12,000 of spend after spending $500 in the first 3 months of having it. For the base welcome offer at 1 cent per point, you'll of course get $200 worth of value from this welcome offer. But if you transfer them out to travel partners, you're going to get $400 worth of value from this welcome offer without even the 5x category that you get for groceries. That's a massive 40% return on spend when redeeming these points for cashback, or 80% return on spend when transferring out to a travel partner. However, if you did max out that $12,000 worth of spend in the grocery category, that's going to give you an additional $600 worth of value at 1 cent per point when redeeming for cashback, or $1,200 worth of value with travel partners. So in total, from either of these cards in the first year, you can get up to $1,600 worth of value from a card with no annual fee. But that's not it, because you could technically apply for both of these credit cards since they are separate credit card products. So in total, you could earn $3,200 from 2 no annual fee credit cards on the welcome bonuses alone. And that is why I love Chase's credit cards so much, especially these Chase Freedom cards. If you do want to get into this welcome bonus hunting game, but aren't exactly sure how many credit cards you should really have depending on where you're at in your credit card journey, watch this video next where I break that down for you in detail. Also, big thanks to Ekster for sponsoring this video here today. Make sure you use my code at checkout or the link in my description to get an extra 5% off. And speaking of links, please once again feel free to use the links in my description or the links in my about page to learn more about these credit cards before you apply. As always, Odin and I want to say thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.